Welcome to the Generation Elevation podcast, a conscious, connected platform for those who are ready to manifest their dream life. I'm your host, Elise Riley, a former PT, now motivational speaker, igniting empowerment and transformation all across the globe. Here at Generation Elevation, we are committed to bringing you the most inspiring guests who will share their stories, wisdom, and advice to help you progress closer to living a life of your own terms. What is up, fam? Welcome to my first solo episode for 2024. Now, this one is going to be fun because I want to start by talking about what I got up to for New Year's Eve to bring in 2024. If you follow me on social media, you probably already know the answer to this, but stay tuned because that moment for me symbolized something huge. It showed me how much self-growth I have done in the last few years. And I thought this would be a perfect topic to talk about. The key things that you can do for self-growth. If you're after that transformation, if you are ready to become that best version of you, if you want to level up, and I know if you're an OG here, if you are new here, welcome. I love you. I'm grateful for you. And I know that you aren't here to just fluff around. You are here to get answers, to grab my knowledge and apply this into your own life and see how it can help you become the best version of yourself. All right. We're here to share knowledge and to elevate. Hence why my podcast is called Generation Elevation. We're in this together, and if I can share my journey and it then help you in your journey, like how freaking cool is that? Yeah. So what I got up to for New Year's. Let's start with that, and then I'll go into the tips that I have acquired and the experiences that I have gone through that have helped me get to this level of confidence and self-assuredness in myself and trust, all of the things that are key elements in helping you become the best version of yourself. So, originally, my plan for New Year's was that I was going to be in the Gold Coast and spend time with my friends. Okay, so I went from London to Australia over the Christmas break to spend time with my family, my friends, and it came around to New Year's. And guys, I've had this red dress sitting in my closet for like years. I bought it for a New Year's Eve a few years ago and didn't end up wearing it because I felt like I didn't have the confidence to wear it. So this is where I was at a few years ago in my journey. I was shy, very insecure, worrying constantly what people would think of me, very timid and intimidated by a lot of people, very judgmental, a warrior, like as in not a warrior, like a warrior, like, oh my God, what's going to happen? What about the future? What if I fail? All of that. So that's where I started my journey. And I feel like I'm the complete opposite now, which is really cool. So back then I didn't wear the dress, and I did not wear the dress until my intuition said, this year you need to wear the dress. I was like, oh, okay. So I need to go out dancing if I'm going to wear this dress. I ain't going to wear this at home. Like, I want to be seen in this thing because it's absolutely incredible. Like 10 out of 10. So I was thinking, okay, well, I'll spend time with my friends. I'm sure we're going to go to a festival or something fun. It's going to be the best time ever. And as New Year's got really close, a lot of my friends were kind of like, I don't have any plans. I kind of just want to stay in. And as it got closer and closer, I was like, come on, like, aren't we going to go out anywhere? Like, surely. And as it got closer and closer, I started to realize the majority of my friends were either going to do like a dinner and go to bed or watch a movie and go to bed. And I was like, I can't wear this red dress at home watching a movie and going to bed. Like, I need to dance. I want to be around people and listen to live music, because that's actually one of the things that I really enjoy, being out amongst people, dancing to really cool music, getting dressed up. That's something that I really love to do. So my friend said, you should go to this festival. It was like a techno rave in the Gold Coast, a small scale. And I was like, oh, cool, we'll go together. Sweet. So I bought a ticket because I was like, it's literally New Year's Eve day. I don't know whether this will sell out or not. And then later in the day, my friend said, oh, I'm not going to go anymore. So I just kind of sat there and I was like, okay, I obviously was meant to buy a ticket, because I'm a big believer in what's meant to be will be. There's no such thing as coincidences, and nothing's going wrong, especially when you're elevating at a high vibration and you're resonating at that level. You can never attract anything bad. And I was like, okay, this isn't bad. This isn't bad. I obviously bought a ticket. I didn't waste my money. Maybe I'm supposed to go on my own. And that thought, it did scare me a little bit, because if I take myself back to my old self, in the past, I used to feel like I needed to drink to then feel comfortable enough around my friends to dance. And that if I wasn't drinking or had a drink in my hand, that I couldn't have fun, and I wasn't confident enough to have fun or to dance. And I love dancing. Like, I love that. I love doing that. However, doing it in front of other people, I was so terrified of. And I thought that I needed to get really wasted to then have that liquid courage to go and do it. So for me, the idea of going to a festival sober by myself was like, okay, this is a challenge. This kind of scares me. So maybe I'm meant to do it. Because I could either be at effect of my friends and what they're doing and sit at home and go, oh, well, I guess I'm not going anymore, and blame and complain about my situation. Or I could just lean into the unknown experience, and try something new. So I got the red dress, I put it on, and I dressed myself up, and I decided, you know what? I'm going to go. If I don't like it, I can always go home. So I'm in the Uber on the way there. I'm super nervous, okay? And literally go in. I'm like, what the hell am I doing? And I walk into the first tent of this festival, and I'm shaking. Like, my body, my nervous system, right, is just getting used to this new energy. Like, it took a lot of energy and courage for me to show up there. So my body was like physically shaking, preparing and getting used to this new frequency that I was in. So as I was nervous, the first person I see, I know, and who I used to work with. So I bump into someone I know straight away. I was like, okay, I can breathe. And I asked that person, is it okay if I just kind of stand with you for a minute before I then go into the festival and enjoy myself? And that was all I needed, really, because then after that, I kind of just got into a rhythm, into a flow, and then I started dancing. And halfway through the night, they played this song that it was a Taylor Swift song, which I've never heard remixed before. I don't really listen to Taylor Swift, and this song was in my head that morning. And I asked myself, because if you've listened to my podcast, Are You Psychic? Here's How to Tell. Having songs stuck in your head is actually a psychic thing, or a message, an intuitive message. And I wondered what that song was about. I was like, why am I getting this song? Anyway, halfway through the festival, they're remixing this song. And I just took that and made it mean that this is exactly where I'm meant to be. I'm meant to be here. I'm meant to be here by myself having a ball. And that allowed me to relax into the night and have the most amazing time. And I did. Honestly, I felt incredible. And this was really, really cool because my younger me could have never have done that without any sort of like alcohol or any substance in her system. So for me to do that completely sober and without anyone there that I knew, like after I bumped into that person, I didn't see them for the rest of the night. So it was like I was there completely on my own and I had the bestest time. And I guess all of my experiences and all of the things that I've done between that shy girl to the confident woman that I am now has led me to be able to have that experience and enjoy it without worrying and having that major anxiety the entire night. So if you're listening to this story and being like, oh my God, I could never do that, that's okay. It is taking me years of practice and facing my fears over and over and over again to have that level of courage to go, you know what, let's do it, whatever. So like I said, old me, younger me, the me that was in fear, right, and a bit of a shell, had to overcome a lot of limiting beliefs to get to where I am today. What I mean by limiting beliefs is things like, what if I fail? The voice in your head that might say, what will everyone think of me? What if that's a bit weird? What if I can't do it? What if I look silly? What if I'm not good enough? Those things that you might say to yourself when you meet the edge of your comfort zone. This voice wants to keep you exactly where you are because you have taught your body to survive and thrive off the current thoughts that you think in this moment. So to change, to level up, to change your way of thinking and to transform, you must go beyond what you've taught your body to survive off this whole time, which can be difficult. The body will be like, wait, no, what do you mean? What do you mean you want to change? That's unknown. You've taught me the known and this is how we have survived for so long. So what makes you think that changing is going to be any better? And that is that procrastination, that bridge between the comfort zone and the unknown zone. Change happens in that unknown zone. So for me, what really sparked this journey of facing my fears and overcoming those limiting beliefs was a conversation that I had with someone who was like, oh, how are you? It's so good to see you. How's work? How's your partner at the time? And then they left the conversation. I was like, oh, is that all that I am? Is that literally my personality? I'm someone's girlfriend and a PT. That's what I used to do at the time. And so I made it my mission to then go and have more fun, to explore life and do everything that scared me or challenged me. So what this looked like was I signed up to do dance lessons, and then I also went to do the dance concert with that school. I learned how to drop in on the skateboard on a half pipe. I went skydiving. I moved to Gold Coast by myself. I went to an ecstatic dance ceremony where you dance in front of people and it's like just self-expression. There's no routine. And then I started going to like restaurants and cafes by myself. I started going to the movies by myself. I started going to beach breathwork and meditation classes by myself. And I started doing all of these things by myself that scared me. Rather than having and relying on someone there to hold my hand, it was like, no, I can do this myself. I can hold my own hand. Because in the past, I would rely on other people to come with me. And if they didn't go, then I wouldn't go. So I would like you to just reflect on that point for a moment here. What are the things in your life that you really want to do, but you're waiting for everyone else to do them with you? The truth is, when you are on this self-development journey and this self-growth journey, not everyone's going to come along with you. And that isn't a problem. That isn't their problem, okay? At the end of the day, it's your choice to move. It's your choice to change, and you cannot ask everyone to change around you too. You must be the example, and you must go first and be the leader. If you're listening to this right now, I'm sure that this is you. So once I started facing a lot of these things that scared me, it became a lot easier to take action on those things. So starting a podcast, going overseas, traveling to London, going to festivals sober, and then in this last example, going to a festival sober completely by myself. Some people would think that I'm absolutely crazy and that they could never do that. At the same time, me a few years ago, looking at me right now, would also think the same thing. So you may be wondering, okay, well, this is really great. Facing your fears is probably the thing that has helped me overcome and achieve these goals that I've had and have really cool experiences. But what other tips that you can use to apply into your own life to help you grow to your next level version of yourself? Because I know you're listening to this wanting to write down some solid points. So, like I said, most people are happy to stay the same because staying the same is easier than looking up. When you look up and you go beyond the comfort zone, it gets painful. You've got to face those limiting beliefs, those fears. Most people spend their life running away from fear, and that to them is okay. However, I know that you're here and you've had enough of being a victim to your own fears, and you want to take responsibility and take cause of your life. Take control of the things that you're creating in your experience rather than be running away from things. You're running towards things. You're at the leading edge of creation. So my tips would firstly be getting yourself a mentor. Mentorship has been the thing that has really helped me become a next level version of myself. I have had mentors in spirituality, in business, and this has helped me develop a whole different level of confidence that I never knew that I was capable of having. Your mentors could be paid. Your mentors could be just people that you look over to in your life. So a lot of people that I've had on my podcast, I see as mentors. I speak about them a lot, such as Simon and Simone. These two, they've been incredible people that to have in my experience. And then I've also had paid coaches that I've invested into to help me elevate to that next level version of myself. Now, if you are wanting coaching, I offer one-on-one coaching with clients where I've worked with professional athletes, business owners, and high-performing CEOs to experience this next level version of themselves and that transformation. Because like I said, it's not just about physical, it's about mental and spiritual as well. And so what I have learned from all of my mentors, I now use in my coaching, which is really cool. The next thing, if you're like, oh, okay, I would like to invest into a mentorship. However, I want to just start doing things on my own first. That's great. I also started like that. And the first thing I would then say is reading books, reading or listening to books, and just consuming as much knowledge and information as you can. So if you want to elevate financially, looking into financial books. If you're wanting to elevate spiritually, reading spiritual books. If you're wanting to elevate mentally, reading mindset books. There's so much out there that you can read or listen to that can help you progress and grow internally, which is awesome. The next thing on that podcast, if you're here, you have access to literally, I think this will be the 94th episode of my show. That is 94 episodes of free information that can help you grow and transform to your best self. That is what my podcast is all about, is personal development, self-growth, elevation of the generation, okay? So you have access to my podcast here for free that can help you grow into that best version of yourself. There's also heaps of other podcasts out there as well, and it's really just depending on like what specifically you're into and what you enjoy. The next thing from there would be mindful of your friendship groups, the people that you spend time around. Your environment is a reflection of you. So if you're looking at the people around you that you spend the most time with, are they living a life that you want to live? If they are not, it might be a good idea to start exploring other communities. So for me, I moved to Gold Coast from Melbourne and then really got to experience a whole new level of like a spiritual community that I didn't have in Melbourne. And this allowed me to really develop my psychic abilities and skills in that area. So it really just depends on like what kind of life you want to live, and then making sure you're surrounding yourself with people that have done that or are living that life. The next thing from there would be travel. Travel as much as you can. Honestly, moving to London has been the most transformative experience of my entire life. I have traveled bits and pieces prior to that. However, London for me has been huge in regards to self-growth. It's almost hard to explain how travel does make you grow, but I think for me it's been just throwing me in the deep end with putting myself outside of my comfort zone to meet new people, make new friends, start conversations with people that you wouldn't normally, to learn about history, to understand other cultures. I think it's really amazing experience. So if you get the opportunity to travel, I highly recommend go do that. The next thing from there would be to meditate. Now, you guys know that I freaking love meditation and I do it every single day. And when I say meditation, it doesn't necessarily mean you need to sit with your crystals and listen to your spirit guides and et cetera, et cetera. It could be just sitting and focusing on your breath. It could just be lying down, listening to music. Whatever you must do to get quiet time of reflection, because meditation is literally just a process of getting to know yourself. As long as you have time aside for you to fill up your own cup, where you're not stimulated by other people or TV shows or filling a space and a void, meditation can be so transformative. So transformative. And the last tip that I have for you all today is to exercise. Exercise is a vehicle for becoming the best version of you. Okay, we have 4 bodies: our physical body, our mental body, our spiritual body, and our emotional body. If you're just working on your emotional, mental, and spiritual, and you're forgetting the physical, then you're going to have problems. If you're just focusing on the physical and not the others, then you're also going to have problems. All things are connected. Mind, body, soul is an ecosystem. Each thing feeds into one another. Your physical health is extremely important because you get one body. You get one body in this life. And for me, going to the gym and keeping that routine and consistency is what has kept me grounded in my life. But also it has taught me a lot about life in general and going beyond that comfort zone, going beyond what has been challenging to then get the rewards later. It's taught me a lot about delayed gratification. It's taught me a lot about discipline and self-love. They are my most prominent tips for self-growth. These are the things that I have personally implemented in my life for myself that has allowed me to become this highest version of myself. I can fully say that I feel like I have done it. Like I've made it. I am her. And it is so cool to feel that right now. Like it is so cool to feel her, because for so long she felt so far away, and now that I am her, I know that there's more growth and there's more evolution for me as well. However, this version of myself I have always dreamed of being. So now that I'm her, it's like, holy shit, life gets to be so fun. And that is what I wish for all of you listening to this right now, is to enjoy life from that frequency, because when you do, it gets to be so, so fun. That is all from me today. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Making sure, if you enjoyed it, that you take a screenshot, share it on your stories on social media, or you even send it to a friend or family member that you know can also benefit from this too. Much love to you guys, and I will see you all in the next episode. Mwah.
Thank you for being a part of the Generation Elevation community. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to leave a 5-star rating, written review, share, and tag me on Instagram at elise.riley. Until next time, keep loving, keep learning, and keep rising.